And we're back with the final video for the 2025 small scale group build. We got the Atlantis 148 scale 55 Chevy 2-ton stake truck. It is Friday, November 7th, and we got this finished up Wednesday, which was the 5th. Overall, from this standpoint, it doesn't look bad. Personally, I would not recommend this kit. I would not recommend you go out and buy it immediately. Like I said, it doesn't look bad from this point of view, but it's got a lot of flaws. You'll see here rather quickly the windshield looks weird and does not fit very well. And I tried to sand it down to get it to fit, and it does not work. There's the back of it here. All these pieces, they're all removable. If you just want it to be just a flatbed, but we got the underside of it here. It's got a little, it's weathered up a little bit, a little dirt and grime. The instructions. Well, first off, it's a 5-piece cab. You have the whole front. You got the front, and it's the top of the fenders and the cowl. And you see here the seam here, which I'll explain here in a moment. You have the front part of the fender, and you have the door with the back half of the fender, back of the cab, and roof. That's your 5 pieces. The front frame extends out, and there's 2 little pockets that the front goes on first. Then you do the doors, the back, and then the roof. Which in theory, it'll work like that. It'll go together just fine. Once obviously you put the interior in, you put the dashboard in and the steering wheel and the seat. But how are you going to paint everything? You could paint the inside of the cab before you assemble it. Put the back glass in, tape it off, put it together. You'd have to mask off, the driver passenger window, the windshield area, paint it, which it's not impossible to do. I'm sure it would be a real pain in the ass to do, but I figured I'd try to build the cab, and then slip it on. And the hood does open, but it's glued down. I figured I would have to trim the front of the frame, and then there's an engine. I'm going to say an engine pocket. It's not actually an engine bay, because you have the inner fender wells, and then the bottom of it is actually connected. So I had to trim that because I knew it wouldn't clear the cross member. And I tried to, fish it on, and then it would not work. I had plenty of it cut out. It just would go down over the seat. It was hitting the seat. I tried, to move it a little bit, and ended up it broke apart. So that's why you see the seam here, and in this one here, you see it a little bit more. You see the gap, and I tried to glue it and squeeze it together, and it would not budge. So there's something in there that possibly needs trimmed to close that up. But I was just over it. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna fool around with it too much. The windshield, like I said previously, I did try to sand it to fit it before I tried to put the cab on, and it would not. The windshield doesn't fit very well. So I mean, it's done. It's complete. Like I said, I'm going to call this one a 20-footer. Once it's on the train table, I think it'll look fine. It's not going to be a focal point of a train set. I'm going to say on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this a 2, because it does have potential. Like I said, if you wanted to take your time and paint each piece of the cab and then, put it together that way, I'm sure it would look a lot better. But I just tried it this way, and it does not work out that well. But anyhow, it's done. I got plenty of time. I may do another kit, maybe a 1/32 scale dragster or a NASCAR kit. But I got a 41 Willys I want to get finished up. And we have the NASCAR group build I'm going to get started on, and then the big rig build. But maybe when I'm kind of, waiting for paint to dry, I might break out one of those 1/32 scale dragsters and do another one, because these little 130, or I'm sorry, the small scale, 1/32, 48. I'm sure I'm not familiar with all the other smaller scales, but they are fun. They are a fun little kit, and this is a pretty cool group build. So anyhow, just want to thank Sean and Dan the Man for hosting this build. And like I said, maybe later on in the month I'll get a second one built. And for now, that's all we got. So until next time, we'll talk to you later.